Hi everyone. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. It depends on the time when you're watching this. So recently we took part in a build and blog hackathon held at Google office Bangalore. We created a project, wrote a blog, and our blog has now been published in the Google Cloud community section. So you can go ahead, watch, read the blog here, and give a follow to my friend Isha who wrote the whole blog, and you can also share here. So it was 101. Let me make it just 111. Okay, now it's 111. You can increase this number, please. Go ahead, and then you can see the blog here. It mentions the feature which it has. Rather than reading the blog, I'll show you the product directly itself. So I'll just glance through this whole blog. So we have the features, what the tool is designed for, what are the prerequisites here, the step-by-step instructions for you to run this, and this is the code at first glance. But there is a link at the top for the whole GitHub as well. I'll show you that as well. And then this is how you are creating a container and then you are running it. I'll show you this here as well. So the GitHub URL, right? This is the GitHub URL. If you click this, you'll be navigated to this page, and on this page it's a bit more comprehensive, as like what the tool is, other images, and the things you'll need, like the keys you will need, how you will connect to Google in it, and other things. Also for the Docker file as well, everything is written here. So if you are trying to create a replica in your machine, you will be able to create it. Now what the project was, our idea was, let's say you have two YouTube videos, right? I have opened few videos here. So this is our first video. It talks about iPhone 16 comparison, and this is the second video which talks about Galaxy S22 Ultra, right? Now if you want to, if you have a requirement now that you want to buy these phones, right? And this is a 13 minutes video, and the other one is I think 20 minutes video, right? 20 minutes and 30 minutes. Even if you watch them at 2x speed, the minimum it is going to take you is around 15 minutes, right? And why you want to spend so much time when the LLMs these days have grown with so much capabilities that they can do most of the work for you, right? So this is what we thought, that we can just give these videos to the LLM, and then it can give us the comparison, right? So quickly moving to the application side. This was the application which we built, and we just gave it three options, that which model which you want to run. For now, I'll give you a demo of Gemini 2.0 Flash. I'll show you the others as well, but for now let's go with the latest one, Gemini 2.0 Flash experimental. Okay, what I have done is I have pasted the URLs for both the videos here in for the the phone I want to compare in first box, and the phone I want to compare with in the second one. And after I click compare videos, I have to run this. So let me run this, and you can see that first it is going to fetch the transcript of both the videos, okay, and then it is going to generate a summary, right? I used to see that some generating summary was quick. How quick this generating summary is, I'm not talking about the part of fetching the summaries only. I'm talking about the part where it generated the summary and gave back the response as well. If you see the comparison as well, you can see that I got a comparison table for X22 Ultra, iPhone 16 and 16 Pro. 16 and 16 Pro we got because the second video, it talked about both the phones, right? So the LLM was smart enough to extract the content from a single video about different phones, and if it was talking about a single phone, it is able to give us that as well. So this capability, if now let's say I have a video which is talking about 5 different phones, I'll be able to get the data of all 5 different phones. And if you see the data which was not present there, the data which it didn't talk about in the other videos, and it did talk about in the first video, it gave us that value, and it mentioned that this data was not specified in that particular sheet, right? The next thing is this whole data, right, we have, and right now we have this data, right? But what if this next time we again want this data? We will not be going to LLM and asking it to again to generate this, right? So what you can do it is you can click on download a CSV, and it does download this as a CSV in your let's just open this. It does download this. Okay, the CSV is a bit broken, but I'll see why that is broken. But that was the generic idea, that it will download the whole data as CSV. And apart from that, if you want to see the last comparison, we are also working on a feature which is going to push all this data to a Firebase data store, and then once you click this last comparison, right, depending on the user, right, depending on you, which data store you have configured, it is going to show you the last comparison which you did, right? So the last comparison which we generated, that automatically got saved, and you can see that this was the last comparison data which we had fetched. But I think this was the same. This is the same as the CSV. So I think something is broken there. But yeah, this was the generic idea, that if you generate a report, you will be able to save it as a CSV, and you'll be able to store it in your DB, and you'll be also able to get the data back. Okay. Now, why we are using 2.0 Flash? So as I showed you, right? Let me just do this thing. Let me generate the comparison again, and then I'll duplicate this tab. Let me duplicate it right now. It's only so let's just create a duplicate. So meanwhile, okay, it gave me the summary, and just wait for the comparison to come up, and it should be very quick since we are using 2.0 Flash experimental, and I'll show you that the difference in speed when we are using the other model as well. Okay, I hope I use 2.0 Flash, and yeah, you can see the comparison. Right now the same videos, so same YouTube URLs are present here as well, but this time I'm going to use 1.50 Pro. Okay, it's not the latest one, and again, I'm not saying that this is a bad LLM. It's a very good LLM. I'm just showing you the difference between 2.0 Flash and the one. Okay, so now if you see, it is at the part of generating summary, but if you notice the summary of first one, like when we were creating the using the experiment 2.0, it was a bit faster, and right, for this one particular example only, it was a bit faster, and you will feel that difference when you are working with huge data. So it's able to process that huge amount of data much more faster than the 1.50 Pro. And yeah, so you can see, right, the 1.50 Pro did give me the response, right? It's not like it didn't give me the response, but if you see, it gave me Samsung S22 Ultra and 16 Pro. But that the other video, it talked about two different phones. It didn't talk about just 16 Pro. So there this gap happens, right? This processing thing is changing. What I have not changed anything other than the model which I am using. So in the backend, just the model name will be replaced with 1.5 Pro or Flash. So in Flash, again, I'll show you that I was able to get both the phone comparison, and when I was using the Pro, I was only able to get the the Pro model definition. I have another video just to display this as an example. I have taken this video. It talks about 10 top, I searched 10 top 10 smartphones, right? So it talks about top 10 smartphones. Let me just copy this data, and what I'll do is I'll generate both of these. So let me just copy paste the URL. I'll click compare. This comparison, this is running with 2.0 Flash, right? Let this run, and I'll show you see, if you see the comparison summary result, right? So fast. This is really faster than the 1.5 Pro which I was using. Now it is generating comparison also. Let's just okay. So if you see, right, it gave me the Samsung phone, the iQOO, Vivo, and Xiaomi. It didn't give me all the ones, but it did give me 4 different devices. So it's not just sticking to one device. Now let me run this with 1.5 Pro. If I copy this, sorry, if I replace this, let this run, and it is fetching the transcript. Now it is generating the summary, and yeah, let this generate the summary. And if if you will see that it like how we got the response in 2.0 experimental, you will not be seeing all the phones mentioned in this. At least that's my that has been my observation so far. So let's just, okay, you can see also that this generating comparison, it is taking slightly bit more time. Yeah, if you see, right, it just gave me one phone. It didn't give me all the phones. So that's a difference in the model's speed and accuracy, which you can see in 2.0 Flash. Okay, so this was the tool. This was the project which we had built, and this is extendable. So it's not just limited to phones. Based on the prompts, it is giving me phone responses, but you can use it for let's say dress comparison, furniture comparisons. You can use it for makeup comparisons, price comparisons, cars comparisons, whatever. This is extendable to so many other products as well. So you'll be able to use this over a variety of products. You'll just need to change and play with the prompts a bit, and the code, all of the code is present here. I'll give you the link as well. Anyway, I'm going to give you the link of this URL which Isha wrote. So you will be having the URL here, so you can navigate to the GitHub and you can change the code. Now I'll show you the code as well. So where is my VS code? I think this is my VS code. Yeah. So yeah, I was running it locally, but let me just Okay, I'll just close this, kill the terminal as well, so that I can show you the whole code as well. So this is my main file. Okay, this is my main file. You can see that there's nothing fancy here. There's one function to just get the transcript of the YouTube videos, which we are fetching it, feeding it, and we have constructed a detailed prompt that you are a technical blogger and you need to do these tasks. Here's transcript 1, here's transcript 2, and you need to include these metrics. And to generate summary also, we have given it a very detailed prompt that it needs to do these things. Here's the transcript, and then it gives us back again for this generating CSV as well. So initially what we were doing, right, the CSV part which we were generating, we thought of creating a Python module itself to do that, but then I realized why we should even do that. So our coordinator suggested that why we need to do the heavy lifting when we can use the LLM to do that. So for doing that, for generating the CSV, what I did is the comparison result which we are getting. We passed that exactly the same thing to the LLM, and then we asked the LLM to give us the response back in a CSV format, and then that was the CSV format which we used. Okay, and to display it on the screen also, we are using a markdown kind of thing. So okay, this is my older prompt. I would be using a different prompt if I believe that's, yeah, I was using this prompt, and I even gave it the examples like how I want my markdown to be looked at. And that's why when we see, right, in the example, where is this YouTube? Okay, did I kill this? Okay, but I think we should be. So you can see, right, this is giving me a proper table format because in my prompt I gave the LLM that instruction that I need to see the data like this. Okay, and then this is just similar thing, that here's a function to store it in Firestore, retrieve the data from Firestore, and selecting different models. So you can see that I'm selecting 1.5 Flash and Flash Experimental. This video is mostly dedicated around 2.0 Flash Experimental, but if you want to experiment with it, I have given a radio button at the top, so you can play with it, you can change, or you can just keep one model. That's up to you. And it's a simple restore is the UI functionalities where we are updating. I have kept the default URLs here, so yeah, you don't need to enter the YouTube URLs again and again. If you want to change it, of course, obviously you can, as I showed you during the demo. What are the other files? So this is the script, this is the whole script, right? But what are the requirements you'll need to run this? These are the packages which you will need to run this particular script. So Streamlit library, Google.Generative AI, YouTube transcript, so that you can fetch the transcript of the YouTube videos rather than downloading the whole video and processing it. We were able to accomplish the task with the transcripts itself. And this is for the connecting to the Firestore database, and this is just to handle the environment variables. Okay. This is a detailed readme file. You can go through it. You can change it. Not change it. Please don't change it. Why I said that. This is a readme file, so you can go through it to understand or copy paste the commands which you would require. There's an example. This is the key file, and there's an example key file, like how your key file of your Firestore database should look like. And there's an environment, there are environment variables. So right now we are not using anything as such. The only thing which we are using is this API key. Okay, this is obviously this API key will not work for you. You need to create your own API key, but yeah, this is the kind of API key which you will require. And what else? Yeah, now this is a Docker file. It's a very simple plain Docker file. You are just creating a Python 3.0, like you are creating a separate OS. You're taking Python 3.12, you are exposing it to port 8080, and just remember that when you are deploying it to Streamlit, when you are deploying a Streamlit application in Cloud Run, you need to have port 8080 enabled, right? You need to expose it to port 8080, otherwise you would not be able to run it on Cloud Run. You will have face some difficulties. Okay, and then you are just copying the files, you are moving to work directory, copying the files, and you are running this command to install the requirements, the packages which you will require, and then you are giving the command that Streamlit run app on the server 8080, and the address should be this. So if you have your private IP, you can just mention that IP, but right now we are giving access to everyone, like from anywhere it should be accessible. And yeah, that is it. Now how to deploy it in Cloud Run? So let me just open Cloud Run. So I have actually already deployed it, but I'll just walk you through this. Cloud Run, right? Cloud Run. Yeah, so first thing, you need to create a service. Here you create a service, and we give the image. We'll select this image, and from where we select So we have to also upload this to our Artifactory. Right now what I have done is I have already uploaded it to my Artifactory. Let me just show you where my this thing is. So the review images, this is my repository reviews, and then all the images are here. So right now the image I'm running is this image, and if I select this image, click select, okay, everything is already there. I will just select allowed unauthenticated, because right now I don't want to face any authentication issues, and allow unauthenticated everything. Keep everything as default, don't change anything. If you click create, it will create the same thing for you. After creating, I'll show you where you will be. After creating, you will be on this page, and this is my repository, which where my all the images are there. So if I go here, you can see this URL which is running. Okay, let me see if I can show you the previous versions which were failed or not running. Revisions, correct, it should be in revisions. Yeah, so these are the changes which I have made in the past due to some issues and things not working. Once you have successfully deployed it, once you do the previous parts, right, you will be able to see your thing, your image here running here, and you will be seeing a loading button. Once that is completed, you'll at this URL you'll be able to see it. If I just click this URL, it will open in a new tab, and you can see that my application is up and running in the Google Cloud Run environment. Okay, this image is taking a bit time to load, but yeah, this is how you are deploying it into this URL. So if you go to this URL, you will be able to access it as well. And yeah, do try it and let me know if there is any feedback. You might get stuck in some permission issues, but I think most of it will work. And yeah, so again, do check out the blog to read more about it. Follow Isha for more such creative content. And if you want to make some changes to the to this application, you want to make some improvements, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, or you can put a comment here, or you can even put some kind of comment here, so that we can make changes in it. If you have any ideas, just let me know. That is it. That is basically all I wanted to share about this particular tool. And yeah, that's it. Download this, run this in your system, play with it, make changes in it, and have fun. Thank you. All the best. Bye bye. And if you like this, please stay tuned. Do like, share, subscribe for more.